At the John Daly Major Ed Foundation, we also focus on making sure that we partner up with great organizations. Great organizations like St. Jude's, great organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, our friends at Warriors for Freedom, our friends at Force 50 Foundation, which provides veterans the health care that they need. As you can see, we are the safety net at the John Daly Major Ed Foundation to make sure that no one gets left behind on the field of battle and that you're taken care of in the home front. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Hoorah!
Do you have what it takes? The United States Golf Challenge is sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Is searching for amateurs of all skill levels to play for Team USA and compete against an international field in the King's Cup, a 54-hole match play event at Glasson Golf Club in Athlone, Ireland. When you win your flag at the USGC King's Cup National Championship, you become a part of Team USA at the King's Cup in the spring of 2022. The road to the King's Cup begins with a national qualifier. Learn more at usgolfchallenge.com for all the details.
Vibracore?
Vibracore. That's pretty cool.
It's injected? It's injected.
Vibracore. I feel the vibe. I'm feeling it.
So what is it?
The best feeling and longest times you'll ever hit.
Is that Bernhard?
Oh, great. Langer. You know why I play Tour Edge? Because I win with it.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Welcome back to Big's Golf Talk, BGT-TV right here. And as we head out and play 7, 8, 9, this segment is sponsored by Tour Edge Golf. Pound for pound. Okay, nothing comes close.
Nothing. I was waiting for the golf diva. I thought she finished last week.
I did because you were distracted. And once again...
Golf.
I think you guys are trying to set me up for failure, and I don't appreciate it. And you're gonna witness the first, and I'm gonna have some more of this triple shot because it's making me really, really hyper, and I like it.
Oh boy, this could get wild.
Like I needed more. It's a trip. I don't know if you guys have ever had this stuff.
Look at him. He's like coffeeed up.
He's on crack right now.
Wow. This is like no joke. I need this. I really do because I don't sleep. Look at the bags under my eyes, man. It's like. Billy's not sleeping, but this stuff is like waking me up, man. I'm feeling like
I
energized.
put him on the golf course. I bet you can play 200.
I know.
we got hopefully when I get back to wherever I'm at, from wherever I'm at, and wherever I'm going, we can golf.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? I want to golf. I miss.
I feel
golfing.
like you turned him into like fast forward mode.
Right. I'm like waiting for the chipmunk.
Hey, you guys better be nice to me, okay? I'm very sensitive. I'm emotionally distraught. It's like my feelings are like a woman's all over the place right now. I just like my heart hurts. Everything hurts right now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. So like I was saying, I gotta find these guys, Todd and JP, who made this perfectly foamed coffee that's keeping me awake. Because you guys are treating me bad. Is this the reason that I'm waking up?
It's not keeping you awake. It's just keeping you
hyper.
This is some really good stuff, though.
So on that,
you know what? I have never seen Bill drunk. He's drunk.
This is what it would be like.
Yeah.
I don't drink. But if I did,
but if he did,
if I did,
he wouldn't be a mean drunk. He would be so talkative you couldn't shut him up.
Right.
He'd be like, "Oh, let me tell you about this and this and this and da 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 da," and we were over here.
Yeah, that's where
every other sentence would be not for nothing, but
not for nothing. Drink. Remember those good old days?
The closest we will see the GolfFather to being drunk.
Yeah.
That's as close as you'll ever see me. Yes, absolutely. Drinking some hyper amazing. It's called Triple Shot Draft Latte. foamy nitrous infused milk and cold brew.
That's wonderful.
It's waking up the golf ball.
And a cup of coffee in there.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I can't even imagine.
My heart would be just jumping out of my chest if I drank that. Bless you.
It's really good.
I turned off my mic though.
I know you did. Good timing. So we have to dive back into this conversation that we were on a roll with.
Yeah.
And we kind of left off at, we were talking about you got to fix the infrastructure of, it doesn't matter how much money you have to play with. It has to be, and I'm definitely not one of those people that's like, everyone needs a piece of the action type thing. No, you earn to win and you win to earn. So I'm all for that. I'm not saying it has to be equal. This isn't, a socialist movement here. But I do think that it does have to be divvied up enough to where your top 20 people, if you're making the cut, you should be getting a paycheck and making money, not, I made the cut, I made money, but I made $150. I would rather not. Don't pay me anything. Don't give me $150. My expenses were $1,000 or $1,500. Don't give me $150. I'm not doing it.
$150 is like Uber for the week.
Yeah, like for me, I don't see the point. So if that means
donate my $150 to a charity.
Right. I'm very much that way. It's like, I get it. Money is money, but there is a point at like, it's got to be worth something. So the only way is to kind of come off that top heavy scale model and make it a little bit more where like you're making the cut, you're making a paycheck. Whether it used to be on Cactus Tour that if you made the cut or whatever, we didn't have a cut, but if you made it to paycheck mode, you were getting your money back for the entry fee. And it's like, okay, like that basically it was a wash other than my expenses. But I don't know. I'm with Bill. Like it's so leaning one way that it's causing a little bit of damage for sure. These girls are just
I was at the baseball field this past weekend and doing my other job, as the boss and all that stuff. And and
doing other stuff as the boss and stuff like that.
Yeah, caffeine, bro. It's just hilarious.
You guys are children. 100%.
I miss you, man. I wish I could hug you right now.
I bet you
children.
do. I bet you do. And somebody asked me, how do you become a professional golfer? And I'm like, with hard work. It just, when it comes to doing things like that, and especially, I think it's I don't know how different it is, but it seems to be different for the male golfer than it is for the female golfer. It seems like the female golfer struggles more on the road to the LPGA, where the male golfer, you almost don't have to compete in the web.com to just go to Q school. And if you qualify, well, you could play on a PGA Tour.
So
am I wrong?
That was the case, and they did change it. So now you are required to, now you go to Q school. Well, it's not Q school anymore, but the guys, they kind of eradicated Q school to get on. You can't jump over the web. It used to be that way, and you could just go straight in. Same with the LPGA. Like if I fought my way through Q school, we still have Q school, but it's now called Q series. And now it's ran where actually in the last series, you can make money. So that is the one thing I will say that I think on a positive note, we're actually doing a little bit better than the PGA Tour. But I also think that with the competition that there's a lot more males fighting for a spot than there are females. It's just not a pleasant road. Like,
can I ask a stupid question?
Sure. No questions are stupid until I hear one of you.
Do you think that the women's tour gets, how would you say, taken less seriously because, like, the men, for example, the men are going out there all the time, they're trying to make that a livelihood. Do you think that people look differently on it because the women, they start young, then they find their significant other, they decide they want to have families. Typically the women are going to go. We've had several famous golfers that were right in the heart of their career go off to do their family thing, then they'll come back and leave. Where men, we've seen men, they got married, their tour thing went, and then after a couple of years they pick up again. Do you think that because of the women and the fact that they think the women are going to go, they're going to start having babies at a certain age and the height of their careers and stuff like that, that it could be taken less seriously by others? Not me. I'm just saying, do you think it might have something to contribute with that factor?
I don't know if there's a link there. I think that definitely women's careers are a lot shorter typically, and or they start a lot sooner. So this is the big difference. A guy can say after college, okay, I'm going to give myself 6-7 years. And he gets to 6-7 years and he's close. He can push to 10 because it's like, okay, I graduate college at what, 22, 23, and then, or whatever. And then, I'm 30, but there's nobody saying that he can't continue. As a female, I was still playing in my late 20s professionally, but I knew at some point, if I want to have a family, and I, like you said, and there is going to be that year of where I can't play golf. So I think
or more
for sure.
Because you might take the first 3 years,
to raise your child.
At least the first year, you might be breastfeeding or it's.
Seen people come back. It's not completely out of the question, but it's usually the people that have already had an established career. Yeah. It's not like a me who tries to make it, gets up, does okay, whatever, and then goes and has a family, and then all of a sudden returns and is an LPGA full-time player. That you don't see.
Well, like Annika left the tour to have a family, and
established.
Annika could make a phone call and play in any tournament she essentially won.
Exactly. Who is the Spanish girl, the one that was doing like in the height of her career, and she left? She was winning everything, and then she left. What was it? Ochoa?
Was it Ochoa? Lorena?
I think, Lorena. Yes,
Lorena.
You saw her. She left. She went and had a family.
Once again, she was established.
Yes.
And I think here's the difference. I think the females realize the importance of jumping in and making it happen in a shorter time span. I think the guys give themselves a little longer, which because you get married, you have a family, like as long as you have a support system at home, financially and mentally, you can go, you don't have to stop that. I just know for me, like, you don't, if you get to the point where you're still fighting and you're like, okay, I'm 32 and I was hoping to have a family, that's tough.
Yeah, it really is.
And essentially on the male side of things, I mean, if your wife is pregnant, you could play through that.
Sure.
You could attempt to make that
you
one.
see it all the time on tour.
I like to do some research and we'll get back to it. Maybe we can all do our own little thing and see. I want to see, because the LPGA cannot compete with the PGA, but I want to see, because like you have the PGA and then you got the Champions Tour. So you got these guys in their 40s and 50s and up that are making a lot of money, even at that time in their career. And they may not make it in the PGA, but they can make it on the Champions Tour.
Sure.
So I want to start looking at how much the championships are paying out on these tours. What are the numbers? How big a scale they have as compared to the LPGA. That's what I want to find out. I want to see the pay scale, how many tournaments, what the payouts are and stuff like that. Because these guys, they're even on the Champions Tour, you got guys that are getting all kinds of endorsements and everything else. Yeah. And who's really watching it? That's what I want to know. I think that'll be a good comparison to really see where the scales are at with the LPGA, which is the top of the women's class. Because you have some of the senior championships like they do at French Lick and stuff like that. But how many events are there? Huh?
I'm going to say the Champions Tour pays out more than the LPGA.
And that's what I'm saying. If you really want to compare things, you got guys that are finishing their careers.
That's definitely a discussion that we can certainly have next time.
I think so. I think it'll be a good transition.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Final.
I was just going to say, no, it's interesting. And we just got to keep kind of the chatter going about women's golf. And, and I think that's the only thing that's going to kind of help shift it. Talk makes change, and then actions push it even further. So.
Yeah, and certainly we're going to be talking with somebody later on, Greg Wise, who is a big proponent of covering the LPGA and women's golf and Symetra Tour and all that stuff. And we are certainly going to be next year. We're actually doing a live show from the Symetra Tour in French Lick, Indiana. So we're looking forward to that. Maybe hopefully we can bring some awareness. So
that's what it's about, baby, bringing awareness.
All right, we need to head into our break and make the turn here on Big's Golf Talk, Golf Diva.
I'm gonna miss you, Golf Diva.
Don't forget to do some shopping on Cyber Monday. Bill, what would you like for Christmas from the Diva?
Respect.
Do I hear Aretha? Where are you?
just buy him the song on iTunes and send it to him. There you go. All right, Amanda, we'll see you next week right here on Big's Golf Talk. All right, have a great weekend, and more Big's Golf Talk coming your way right after this.